Gaza with artillery.
And just like that, we're live Talktoberfest 2023 with the Prod Squad.
Prod Squad in the house.
Tom Friedenberg and yours truly. Hey, guys.
How's it going?
How we doing?
Good.
Hey,
good.
Will. Hey, Lily. Hey, Diva. Deva? Welcome. Either way.
Hello.
See, we shouldn't have put our names on so that people could guess who we were based on our voices, because they never see our face, you know.
True.
That would have been better. I have a face for radio, so that would have worked out well.
All right.
Well, who's that crying cat over in the corner?
That's me.
Oh.
Is that cat in pain?
You like
It
my
looks like
background?
it's in pain.
Tommy. Jesse says hi, Tommy, with a heart.
Oh,
Hi, Jess.
It's a plant. It's a plant.
Hey, Tracy.
I apologize in advance for the questions you'll get.
So we're the Prod Squad. We're the producers at WBT. We're the few left.
Yes.
Well, John Moore and TJ
I'm still at
have been
work.
here the longest. Me and Tommy are very new. Not very new, but fairly new. You're here about a year and a half too, right, Tommy?
Yeah, I got here last April, and sorry if I appear distracted, folks. I'm doing a few work things while getting Brett Jensen's show going, so I'll look a little distracted here and there, just seeing how the sausage is made. I'll be right here.
You're the most dedicated.
Mark,
That's what that proves.
chiming in.
Look at that dedication.
So, John and TJ, how long have you guys been here?
Go ahead, TJ.
I started in it was November of 2005. So like long enough.
How old are you, dude?
Wow. Man.
I'm just under 14.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's impressive.
Yeah.
He means years at the station.
We need millennials with that kind of work ethic.
For 101.
Yes. You need my kind of work ethic for sure. Yeah. More of that.
Well, John, what about you? How long have you been at WBT?
I feel 101. This is my second stint. I did before being banished, I was here 97 to 2003, and then I went on a timeout for 10 years. And then I've been here, next month will be 10 years this time around. So I feel like I've been here forever, but it's an adventure, right? I don't look a day over like 101 maybe. I don't know.
Oh, definitely not over 99. I mean,
good.
Like,
I feel young, but then there's gout.
Cold, but you know.
Yeah.
So I was thinking we could go around until, people start asking some questions. And thanks, Mike, for saying we're the secret weapons that make WBT Radio the #1 station in America. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah. And then we got Mark Thomas, Mark Seiler in here. Producers Gone Wild. Look at that.
Bye-bye.
Not yet.
Bye.
There's still time, Mark.
We love when you call, Mark.
Love you,
I love
Mark.
talking to you, man. We love talking to you.
How's that Miata?
Which one? He's got like 12.
Yeah.
I was thinking that we could go around and kind of say what we are responsible for at the station and what we do and stuff like that until we get some questions. So I don't know who wants to lead us off. Tommy, do you want to go first?
I'm still doing my thing. I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So I am a call screener for Bo and Beth in the morning, and then I hop on the board after John Moore is done producing a fantastic show for Bo and Beth. And then I produce for Vince Coakley and Pete Callender, two of the best guys in the business. And I obviously love working with Bo and Beth. And I get to pass the hallway and see Brett Winterbull. And he always has kind words to say. But I guess I could say I'm the producer for Vince and Pete and a call screener for Bo and Beth.
Well, I'm a Brett Winterbull's producer, and I'm in charge of several of the paid programming shows that are on the weekend. Shout out to At Home with Roby, Your Real Estate Today with Paul Jamison, and wow, man, Tommy is booking it right now. If you want to see producers in action,
double duty.
He's doing it right now. He is putting work
yeah.
That was quick.
Yeah, can't forget the Carolina Outdoor Show. They've been around probably since before John's first stint here. But they may be the longest running show on the station, Carolina Outdoors. And they're on early in the morning, but that podcast is rolling all the time. So you should definitely check that out if you like to be outside, because they got some tips for you.
I love those guys.
Yeah, they're so funny.
Them and the home improvement guys. When I first came to WBT in '97, I trained on Saturday mornings. This guy named Kenny Harmon trained me, and the home improvement guys and the Carolina Outdoors guys were in the studio in the wee hours. They came in there for the early mornings, and I never will forget it. They've been around forever, and it's a great shows to listen to. Right now, I am doing the Good Morning BT with Bo and Beth, and I come in the morning, get the clock set up the way I want it, grab any audio that Bo wants to send my way. Also grab the other incidentals like the weather, the live read, stuff like that. And just keep an eye out for any, shall we say, gremlins in the log or the system, things that are kind of unexpected. So sometimes you have to take care of some of those things. TJ and Bernie, you know about some of that there. Tommy.
Yeah.
So, and then at the end of the show, I cut up what we've done and put it up on the website. That's where you get the individualized interviews on WBT.com, and also we'll take the entire morning show, take everything out of it except for the actual content where we're giggling and laughing and talking about stuff, and put that up as a solid entire show. So that's what I'm working on these days.
John is the backbone, as Bo Thompson would say, of WBT. And I would say TJ is as well, because you guys are the mainstays here in production. And I love watching you guys work, because there's so many things that I take from both of you guys, just in terms of experience, not just at WBT, but in radio in general. And I know Tommy, I'm sure, feels the same way. Tommy gets to watch TJ work all day long, and he picks up his great habits. And Tommy, are you able to talk right now?
Yeah. I'm good. I got a second. So, as you guys have kind of touched on, I work with Brett. I'm the call screener, while TJ does his production magic from 3 to 6 on the Brett Winnable show. Then I pick up this beautiful board here.
Oh, it's so new.
So new. Yeah. You almost so new it almost looks old. But yeah,
retro,
so I'll
retro.
It's retro, vintage.
Yes.
That makes it cool. But yeah, so I'll answer your calls if you're calling during Brett Winterble's first 3 hours, or the last hour of Winterble and the hour of Brett Jensen from 7 to 8. I'll still try to get to your calls, but TJ's not here, so it's a lot harder. But yeah, I run the board for Winterble and Jensen. I do a lot of sort of what John Moore said there about cutting up audio and getting it posted on the socials and that kind of thing. That's what you saw me sort of running back and forth doing here, was getting Brett Winterble's podcast up. So if you missed it today, go check the website. It's up now.
That plug.
So, nice.
Yeah, natural. But yeah, and like Bernie, I don't know if you mentioned it, but we've been asked to fill in for Sharon and Ed on the sports side of things a couple of times. Yeah. And we enjoy that too. But yeah, to your point about learning from John Moore and TJ here about how to get things done, two of the best. And, I get a lot of, not to toot my own horn, but you and I, Bernie, we get a lot of compliments for how we work here. And I chalk it up to what I learned from TJ, and I'm sure what you learned from John Moore. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Without you guys, it would be so much more difficult. And it has, not to call anyone out, but it has been difficult with other people or no people.
That's why Bernie's a breath of fresh air, man.
Yeah, there's been a lot of stretches where it was just, John and I doing everything, and it was essentially us from, 4 a.m. till 9 p.m.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
The COVID era was a little rough. It got a little.
COVID era was
there wasn't any work from home with that.
No. We were the ones that were there every day.
We're essential workers.
Absolutely, man.
Absolutely.
So Jennifer says, "Poor Tommy," and I agree.
He's fine.
Thank you, Jennifer. Don't listen to TJ. Nothing is fine about this.
Wes says, "Y'all seem so busy. Lots to keep up wearing many hats individually." Yeah, it's true.
Look at Mike.
During the afternoons, I have to screen calls like Tommy does, and I have to run the board, and I have to post stuff, and I have to edit things. So I'm doing 4 or 5 different things. And I definitely learn a lot watching John Moore in the mornings. I don't get to watch TJ as much in the afternoons, full disclosure, but I have seen TJ run a board beautifully, and he's a master. There's a lot to running a board in terms of the instrument part of it. Like, you have to know what you're doing. And I learn a lot on how to multitask from John Moore in the mornings. He does a lot of different things while he's running the board, and he keeps up with the production side of it with Bo. It's pretty cool to watch.
I credit marching band for all of that. High school marching band. To me, it's like a musical composition, and that board is our instrument, And I played sax, and not very well,
nice.
But I attempted it. And
me too.
So that's what I think. It feels like putting something together that's paints a picture for the listener. And it's funny. Mike Love was saying, Gremlins. You mean when Bo and Beth go completely off topic?
Yes.
LMAO. It's like, no, we love that. That's part of the thing.
Right.
That's the good Gremlins. But I don't know. What was I saying? I don't remember now.
You were talking about the musicality of a show, and I'd back that up where there's definitely a rhythm in the way everything works, and each different host works, and learning how to pick that out and be the best for them, not necessarily, what you want to do, just like, be that mesh of a team to get the best product out on the air.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so lucky to work with Bo in that regard. Sorry, Bernie, but
no, you're fine. We had a couple questions. Hey, Tom, can you flip your computer around and show Bob what the board looks like?
Yeah, sure thing. So here we got our beautiful board. Down here are a lot of our. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Down here's a lot of our microphones and stuff, and what all is playing. Here's where a bunch of our different computers and stuff come through. And actually, I can show you. I'm about to play our weather here from this computer. So we got the weather going from right here on that nice red button. So I don't know how well y'all could see any of that because I couldn't see what my camera was showing. But beautiful big board, lots of buttons. Lots of buttons.
I watched a guy put that in 2000 and build that set. And the best thing about that was the dude brought bear jerky with me. He was like, "You ever had bear jerky?" I was like, "No." It's actually pretty good. So,
wow,
man.
Hey, Wes wants to know any funny hot mic moments.
Ooh,
you guys have any?
Well,
I don't know about actual ones.
I could do one. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I got
All
one.
right. So we used to have a news guy named Mark Muller, and he's fantastic. I love Mark to death. And he took a job in Raleigh. And we had Brett Jensen in studio one day, and Mark Muller just happened to be talking when Bo had a live read. And Brett Jensen kind of scorned him for it a little bit and asked, "Was this your first time in radio?" And it was really funny. But I think Mark took it well. But you know how Jensen is. He can, how Jensen can come across sometimes.
He'll tell you how he's feeling. He'll tell you how he's feeling. Literally, he'll tell you how he's feeling.
He don't beat around the bush.
No, he does not.
Nothing figurative about it.
That's probably one of the funnier hot mic moments that I've had, I guess. But there's probably a couple more I can't think of. But if you guys have any, please.
I got one on a thumb drive.
I can't talk about. But
yeah, we'll have to dump TJ before we actually get into the story. There was one though with Brett.
That'd about be the case.
There was one with Brett. I feel like he didn't say anything bad, but we realized we left our mic on for 30, 45 seconds after a break or something. And now a running joke on the Brett Venerable show is anytime we start talking about anything ridiculous, one of the three of us, me, TJ, or Brett himself, will go, "Oh my God, the mic was on. Oh God, no. It's on." And every time, of course, look straight at it to make sure it's not.
Thank God for that big giant red light in the middle of the studio.
Yeah, seriously.
You're double scared of what if that fails? And everything goes out. So you're very careful.
As soon as John Moore leaves studio in the morning and I get on the board, I make sure every single mic is potted down. I'm so scared.
One time there was a fail, and it wasn't in the studio. There was a guest host that was substituting, and the time came on 6 minutes after the top of the hour. The guest host was supposed to go on, and all of a sudden you hear some scrambling and SH. And it was the dude that was this guest host. I guess the time snuck up on him, and it went out over the air. And I think the board op wasn't really sure what to do with that because, well, this isn't a caller. This is the host. What do I do?
The host said it.
That's on a thumb drive somewhere. I can't remember.
John, you have so many things probably saved from your time over there. And TJ, I'm sure you have a bunch of stuff saved in the computers at work too.
Yes, I definitely have some, but I know John has a huge collection of golden treats.
Nice. There's shoeboxes full of cassettes, but they're not labeled. That's the bad part.
Oh, yeah. You just fire them randomly. Wild card. Boom, 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 boom.
Hey, just want to take this time to thank Dry Outer Waterproofing for helping make Talktoberfest possible. Not just ours, obviously, but all of them. So it's really cool that we're able to do this. And thanks, obviously, Mike Schaefer, program director, for letting us hop on here and talk to all the cool listeners that we have. And I think a lot of us genuinely get to talk to most of you if you call in every day. Like we interact with more listeners than anybody at the station, I would say.
Should we give some like tips to listeners to be more likely to get through onto the get onto the lines?
Yeah, don't be mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't.
Yeah, you're mean to us. We're hanging up. Sorry. But know what you want to talk about. I've started saying every time I get on, I answer a call, 1 sentence or less. What you got? So know what you want to talk about, because if you can tell me, you'll be able to tell Brett or Pete or Vince or whoever in a succinct, comprehensible way. And that makes
here. We want you to be good.
Yeah.
And, oh man, I think something just broke outside.
Okay.
So Greg wants to know, are calls delayed because you have to bleep out? Yes.
Yes.
We have a dumb button for that reason, because if you say a bad word or say something that is probably not a great idea, we have the authority and the power to dump you, and we will dump you.
My finger's on that button constantly, and I can tell you if you call,
we're looking for an excuse. I answer the
phone and you lead with profanity, you're likely probably not going to get on the air, because that's a sign to me that you're probably going to say something on the air as well.
I will tell you though, my tell when I'm screening calls is I will usually say I'll pass your comment along if I feel that it's something that is way out there or not necessarily on topic. Now, I don't say that to every single person that I feel like is crazy. I just say that to people that I feel like, the call is you're either not going to get on the show, and I hate to make you hold, because I always feel bad when I put people on hold and they don't get on the show. I feel so bad about that. But I get
one caller. Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, you're good.
I was just saying, I get one caller who, he brightens my day. He'll never get on, but he brightens my day every time, because I'll answer and he'll go,
hey, that's me.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I should have known.
Oh, John Moore.
There's
Those
a
are real, by the
caller
way.
from Gastonia.
Okay. Those are real.
Anna Erickson is here. Ed Billick is here.
Hey, Ed, Anna. Oh, look at there. Tim Huey wants to know our.
So someone said, "Why is Zoki so mean to Beth Troutman?"
Oh man. Look, Zoki's misspelled. What in the world?
Oh man.
It was on purpose.
I know.
It's because he doesn't respect Beth.
How do you handle Steve from Gastonia?
No, Zoki is just really quick-witted. He is hilarious. Like, probably one of the funniest people that I know. Just a genuinely good guy. It's all in good fun. Anytime we pick on each other on the morning show, I get picked on for being a millennial and not knowing anything that Gen X has to do with life in general. Like, there's so many things that I don't know, but we all pick on each other. I feel like that's what's fun about the morning show, is that we can all have fun with each other. So
Bernie, I need more.
Yeah, I need more. Brett Jensen did tell me to do that one time. So yeah, there's
we want more of this from you, Bernie. Keep talking, man. Keep going. We like that. Man, there's Ed Billick. Hey, man.
Ed Billick.
What's up, Ed? Sorry, I forgot to tell Keith you were doing sports tonight.
So Rodney says,
like Sharon. It's incredible.
Rodney says who deals with Tony, and that would be me. I deal with Tony for the most part.
Oh,
Tony Marino.
Tony's a great guy. I actually do enjoy talking to Tony. He's a really nice guy to me. I know he comes on the radio and he might cause a ruckus from time to time, but he seems like a great guy. I talk to him anytime he calls in, and he's never been rude to me. But I do know that, he gets on air sometimes and he ruffles feathers for sure. But I deal with Tony most of the time.
The good thing about it too is, with so many of our hosts, we screen to try to, make sure we could filter out some of the stuff that doesn't belong on air. But there's only so much we can do.
Right.
And at the end of the day, once they're on, it is on our hosts to deal with them how they see fit. And our hosts do a great job. They make sure they say what they need to say. They're never too mean, but they who came out on top of the conversation every time. And remember, if you're calling in to argue with these people, they're professional talkers.
Right.
You're gonna have a bad time.
You're not gonna win that one.
We welcome the conversation, but
just know what
temper your expectations.
Yeah.
You guys see any questions that you want to answer?
How did you guys get started? How did everybody get started? I said that's a question from who is that? John.
How'd you guys get started? Yeah, John Driscoll. TJ, why don't you start, man?
Well, I went to Gaston College. I was trying to learn music production, and the closest thing around here, college-wise, at the time was a broadcasting program they had. So I decided to do that, and kind of fell in love with the radio, and met somebody who was working at WBT in the promotions department through my part-time job at the time. And I was like, hey, are y'all hiring? He's like, can you ice skate? And I was like, I can learn. And so I started at the WBT ice rink. I think it was the second year that they did it. And so my fabulous start in radio was like it was either like a freezing November day or like a 75-degree November day where we're trying to keep ice on a, ice skating rink, which either one is not the glory that I thought radio may offer. And
have you found it yet?
I'm still looking. But sometimes donuts end up in the studio, and sometimes cookies or something. So it's all worth it when it's all said and done.
John, shout out to Bernie's wife Emma, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cookies TJ's talking about 99% of the time come from Emma. And
good. I've had those.
Or Beth. Beth has made some cookies that were.
That's true.
Like, yeah, they were worth what I get paid.
She makes mini apple pies too. They're very good. So John, how'd you get started in radio?
Oh man, I was up at App State trying to figure out what the heck to do with my life, and thought I'd be a business major, but you got to know math pretty good. So that wasn't a good way to go. So I ended up hanging around the college radio station up there, and they had me do some news reading and that kind of thing. So I ended up following that, and there was an internship down the hall at WBTV. John Carter is always bringing app people to the station. Well, I was one of those young people he brought there to look around the station, and ended up interning with him for a summer at Carolina Camera. He was doing that time. And when I graduated, it was kind of a recession going on. So for about 5 years, I worked a variety of different jobs. Worked at an office supply store, worked as a courier, and I worked at a belt manufacturing plant making conveyor belts. And there's a lot of heat and a lot of glue and a lot of stuff, and that you're breathing every day. And it's like, man, I still had that radio dream that I thought, and I was keeping in touch with people in the business. And this guy was like, he said, hey, up in Shelby, there's a little station. They want a stringer reporter to cover some high school football up there, Burns, Crest, and Shelby. And he said, you can work your belt plant and do that on the weekends. So I was happy to do that. I got started up there. And next thing I know, there was a station in Marion that was hiring full time. They had a sales gig during the day and then country music DJ position night, 6 to 10. So I did that for a year, and then came down to Lancaster, South Carolina, working down there for a little station. And then I got a call from Randall Bloomquist, who was the PD at WBT at the time. I actually thought it was a prank call. Call me at 7:30 at night. He's like, we need a producer for Jerry V. And I hung up on him, but he called me back. So it was not a prank. And I started then in 97 and kind of stuck with it on and off ever since. And having a ball, man. Like I said, those, like TJ said, those cookies. You come in every day with the hopes that somebody has brought cookies or donuts, and that's what we look for right there.
Beth did just text me and say she'd make us cookies anytime, so we're gonna have to take her up on that.
Yes.
And we'll be sure.
John Moore,
for the afternoon, guys.
So you said you started here in 97?
Yeah, last century, the 1900s.
That's when I was born, John Moore.
I hate you even more now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had already watched the Braves win a World Series by the time you were born, man.
Tommy,
I've seen 4 in my life, even though 3 of them I don't remember.
Tommy, how'd you get started in radio?
So my dream, since basically I figured that people of my size and stature don't generally become professional athletes. I knew I wanted to stay connected to sports. The best way I could think to do that was through sports media. So I went to UNC Chapel Hill and graduated got a broadcast journalism degree from there. And I've been around the block a little bit for someone my age, I guess. This is the first job I've had that I've been at longer than a year consecutively. So, hooray here. But I was working up at a sports radio show in Lynchburg, Virginia, when I got fired, because that happens a lot in this industry, and found this job posting down. I'm from this area originally, sort of up near Winston, and it was kind of a no-brainer. Go to a super prestigious station with a history that we've got, and work on my career. And it's been an absolute blast working with all the hosts that we've got. They often do their best to make our jobs easy, like we do our best to make their jobs easy. And when it works out that way, it's nice. Sorry guys, I gotta run the news real quick.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team, and if everybody's doing their part, then we've all also been there when someone isn't doing their part, and how much difficult that makes everything else. And it's just like every other job, as far as that goes.
Much better now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. What about you, Bernie?
Cassidy is with us. I'll answer that question in a minute, but just want to give a quick shout out to Cassidy Cooper, who's always been a big supporter of the station. She asked a couple questions here. So do the board operators key up traffic and news? The answer is, for the most part, we do in the quarter hours. But we have news at the bottoms of the medical treatments in August. They take care of that.
Bars medical professionals from providing hormone
therapy.
There you go.
Take care of the news right now.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm gonna play sports next.
There we go.
That made me
So I got started in radio. I was 24 when I heard a commercial on the radio for a broadcasting school. And hey, Tommy, can you turn the monitor down just a little bit? Thank you.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Just working here.
Yeah, that's just what it is. You know how many times Pete Callender says that to me in a day? Bernie, can you turn that down? That's really loud.
A few, probably.
Yeah.
Pete Callender.
Pete Callender.
So, I've always wanted to do that.
So I was working for my dad's heating and air company when I was 24, heard an ad on the radio station, just went to go check out broadcasting school, and just felt like that's where I needed to be. Went to school, graduated, and didn't really have any bites. So I just kind of was wondering if I'd ever be able to even make it in radio. Finally got a break in Hickory, where I was doing sideline reporting, kind of like John was doing with football. I did for high school football for a radio station in Hickory. We did Newton Conover, Maiden High School, all those kind of schools, Hickory High. It was great. That's essentially how I got started. But I was working 3 different jobs. I was working in promotions. I was working for a company called Soccer Reels, where we would edit and edit recruitment tape for kids trying to go to college to play college sports.
Nice.
So I would be out there videoing them playing, and then we'd cut up highlights and stuff like that. So that was my other job until I was able to get a full-time job at Beasley Media Group as a production assistant. And then COVID hit, and like for everybody, I think it threw a lot of people off. I got furloughed and let go from that job and just kind of had to figure out how to get along. So I had worked at golf courses basically full-time and part-time the entire time I was in radio. So I did that as long as I could. And then I actually cleaned pools for a year while COVID was going on. So I worked all through COVID. And then I got a job at a digital marketing place here in Charlotte, worked there for 8 months. And I saw the job opening for producer here at WBT. And it was like fate. I applied. Mike Schaefer gave me a call, and I had a couple interviews, and I couldn't say no to it. Like Tommy said, with a station that's as prestigious as this station is, it's been around for over 100 years. And the lineup that we have is just like out of this world, dude. Like, we have so much talent in the building, not just behind the board, but behind the mics. Like, we have a lot of great people that work at this station. It just makes it so much more enjoyable working in radio, even though it's already, we're living the dream, is how I feel. It's fun to go to work every day. And not a lot of people can say that. Sorry, I missed a lot of comments. Sorry, guys. Y'all feel free to chime in.
No, you're good, man.
You're good, man.
Hey, John Hancock's in the house.
Yeah.
John.
Hey, what's up, John?
Apple says hello.
That's
John
his
Hancock.
dog. Oh,
Look at
yes,
you,
you gotta go
Hancock.
ahead. Mine.
All right, I think I got a question here from Will.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So Will asks, how late is my shift at the station, and do I run any part of the first couple hours of Mark Levin? What is that like to run the syndicated show from the station? And I do I'm here till 9 most nights, so I get the first hour of Mark Levin, and there's a lot less of this sort of running around frantically in the syndicated hours, starting at 8 and running kind of through through the overnight until Bo and Beth get on in the morning again. It's a lot more slower paced, a lot less you got to do. Basically my job at that point is to make sure that, we stay on the air. And, still pretty important job, but not a hard one. until we're off the air, then it's a hard job. Then,
well, here's the good thing about
all
that.
heck breaks loose.
If a syndicated show has messed up, that's not your problem anymore. You're no longer in charge. You just got to fix it.
We just call Ron. We're like, I don't know, man. Mark Levin's Mark Levin's doing it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ron loves those calls.
He loves them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody should
To his
call
credit.
Ron now, actually.
To his credit, he answers every time I call. And, being when it is, from 8 to 9, there's a lot of people who'd say, I'm not taking a work call. Mm-mm.
I've called him much later than that. He's just as angry at 2 p.m. as he is at 2 a.m. That's the interesting thing.
Well, yes. That doesn't change.
I learned
about
about
what you're gonna get, and that's what I like about him.
I learned about Ron my first week running the board in the Studio B. I had Ron and Q. He was on a remote somewhere, and I just started. And I came from an old board that was made in the 1800s, and I could hear him in Q at the location saying, "Man, I wish we could get somebody that knew what the heck they were doing." I felt terrible, but
Ron scared me the first
God.
month or so I was working there. Like, I was so was so scared to call him or bother him with any emergency that I had. I almost felt like, all right, I'd rather deal with dead air than call Ron at this point. Like he can just call me if he is, which he will.
That makes it worse.
When WFNZ first got onto our cluster of stations, almost every producer over there was afraid to call him. So I can't even imagine what all he had to like catch up on because they just wouldn't tell him that it was broken because they were afraid of Ron. He's a great guy.
That reminds me, I gotta. So let's see.
You guys see any questions you want to answer?
Mark Seiler has a quote from Ron Tollison. What did you break now?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good Ron Tollison right there.
I've heard him for a long time.
We did have a host who will remain nameless who dumped coffee on the call screening.
Ooh,
like the thing you answer the calls with
twice
in 1 week.
Oh my God.
Twice.
You gotta quit. You gotta quit. You can't run again.
Hey, TJ.
Yes.
Catherine says she loved you and John Hancock show and was sad when he retired, but now you're on the Brett Winterble show and she loves that too.
Well, seriously, it's me. I'm the through line here. It's all me.
Common denominator, TJ Box.
I'm just saying.
I can't wait to see what Hancock said. Hancock will probably comment on that.
He's just like, no.
So Wes wants to know how to adjust to crazy schedules. I feel like I don't have that crazy of a schedule. I'm lucky to where I work throughout the day. Like I wake up at 4:30, 5 o'clock most days, and I'm in by 6:15. And then I leave around 3:15, 3:30 most days. So I miss traffic both ways. I love that part. But you guys all have a different aspect. Like mine is not that bad at all. I think I have the best schedule of everybody, to be honest. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm jealous of your schedule. I don't like that quite how early that is, Bernie, but I like the idea of getting off around 3.
I'm jealous of John Moore's schedule. If he wanted to switch, I'd switch because that's.
Oh, you want to get up at 2:15 in the morning?
Oh,
2:15,
baby. John Moore, but no.
Oh, God. Roll in there about 3:30 and then put out the fires and it's
that's a whole day of throwing disc I could do. I can't.
You know what? You just live with it. You don't ever get used to it because I can't go to bed at 6 or 6:30 at night. I just can't make myself do that. So I just burn the candle, go to bed at 8 or 8:30, and nap on the weekend or whatever. You never get used to it. I don't think it's fun though. I can't quit. I love it.
Yeah.
No, you can't have my schedule.
TJ, you see what Hancock
said? Well, my lawyers are in contact. We'll the next Talktoberfest will be different. So stay tuned.
That only applies to Hancock, right? We can still do that stuff, right?
Oh yeah, for
sure.
Winterable is wide open. He hasn't done anything.
John Moore for president. I vote for John Moore.
Oh my goodness. What are you trying to get me?
I'm going to write John Moore in for president this year.
Oh, yeah, make that a write-in candidacy. I don't have the money to spend for a real campaign, but I don't know if I want that job right now. That thing's pretty hot. Woo.
That seems high stress.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Hey, so Will wants to know what's it like when the EAS test goes out and it's behind the scenes.
So we've actually got I've got another visual aid. We've got this bad boy right here.
Yeah.
So we've got this to deal with, and got in our studio over there across the way. That will start blinking a couple seconds before it comes. So we know it. We know it's coming. We figure out how we want to deal with it. And generally, we just want to make sure we get the important information out to you guys before we get back to our hosts' content. But yeah, I mean, we don't love it when it happens. We don't love it. I don't anyway. You guys can speak to it, but
I will say they happen unexpectedly for me.
Yeah,
being the afternoon guy, I feel like they happen a ton throughout the afternoon. I feel like I always get hit with an EAS.
You're the lucky guy.
Absolutely.
So they happen usually if Pete's on air. It doesn't usually happen during Vince's show. I've only had it happen once, but it's always during Pete's show, like inevitably. and Pete always like throws his hands in the air. It's so funny, but it cuts your mics off. And yeah, it's a little like jolting. Yeah. But
we have very little control.
Yep.
Yes, like there's scheduled tests where we can control when we fire it, and then there's tests that just come across automatically. We have no idea when they're coming, and it just is what it is.
I remember you were talking about Pete throwing his headphones off when he was here the first time, and he was doing the 9 to midnight shift, and I was running his board, and there was a storm going on, and I don't know if the tower got hit by lightning or what happened, but maybe the loudest pop I've ever heard came through my headphones. And me and him both just like slammed our headphones. This is in the middle of a segment, no EAS test or anything. It just explosion in my head, you know? And I was sober too. But I threw the headphones down, and it was just like, okay, we're not even sure if we're still on the air, because like something that loud, you know, but you just have to keep on pushing, like, because you don't know if you're on the air or not. It's like you could be out there, so just keep going.
We'd probably do
that's how we treat everything.
You know?
Yeah, just keep going. Yep. You'll forget about it in a couple minutes. It'll be fine. Keep going.
Yeah, there'll be some new disaster to take your attention.
Yeah.
And you'll be. But yeah, that's really what I've found is kind of the biggest thing about being a producer for live shows like we are, is being able to react to things, whether it's us making an error, whether it's somebody else at the station, you know, doing something out of order, whatever it is.
Error, like just the equipment not coming up to snuff.
Sorry about our phones again, y'all. Still the one line.
That
Still the one line.
It makes our jobs a lot harder. Makes our jobs a lot harder, and we appreciate y'all's patience. We're sorry.
They are working on it.
We're so sorry about that. Yeah, they are working on it. They are working on that.
So if you don't get through, we talked to a caller about this on the air yesterday. Caller Terry, y'all might know him from his ditties, but he said he'd been having some trouble getting through, and I'm sure he's not the only one. So like I said, just keep plugging away. We'll get to you if we can.
Just give him Ron's cell phone number.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, he'll love that.
The problem is that when people hang up or they drop, the line stays lit up, and then it clogs the one line we have. So if you try to call, like, it will continuously stay busy. So just keep trying to call. We'll get to you as soon as we can.
Look at Brett's question. Do you love talking to Coots, Brett Winterble?
Brett Winterble, to answer your question.
Yes.
It's not that bad to talk to you. It's fine.
Well, he is the president of the Cookout.
He is the Kook decider.
Brett Winterble.
He's always freaking me out, you know.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
Rodney says, speaking of kooks.
I assume he's.
What are you saying, Rodney?
Yeah.
What are you saying, Rodney? Hey, TJ,
so I saw a question.
Yeah.
Back up a little bit, I believe from Will, who asked what we use to like cut up audio and that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, Will Timms. Will Timms is a super fan. Yeah,
so that is, and he asked if if it's the kind of thing just anyone can use for podcasting and all that type of thing, and the answer is yes. Anyone. We use what's called Adobe Audition, and they've got a whole family of audio editing and Photoshop and video editing and all kinds of different production and graphic design type things. But yeah, that's what we use. We put it on in here. Here's our sports file. And if I wanted to delete, it's gone. But I can bring it back
forever.
Hopefully.
No, it's gone forever. It's gone forever.
We're good. But yeah, so it's on its face, you can get, like anything else, you can get super, super technical and into the weeds with it if you want to. But if you're just putting together some, an interview or that kind of thing for a podcast, especially if it sounds good from when you record it, you'll be fine. It's not that hard.
Source audio is the most important thing. If you got bad audio to start with,
It's gonna stay bad.
yeah. You can only polish that turd so much. I mean, true.
Well put, TJ.
Still a turd.
I'm here.
The SS.
Oh no, the
Long
giant
Brown.
cat just ate Bernie. No, there he
What?
is.
Oh, whoa!
And then he threw him up.
Background? You like my background? It's a cat with a cowboy hat.
Awesome.
Where are your real pets?
Oh, you want to see him? Hold on, I got to take the
Hey, can
background.
we
I
all
don't want to
just
make it too
take a minute
complicated.
to say go Braves because they're not doing so well right now.
Yeah, I had the game turned on, but I had to turn it off because it was so bad. Finn, come here. This is my
Man,
dog.
it's
Finn.
that bad. Oh my
look at that
goodness.
doggy. That's
My
a
dog
good
Oh
Finn.
crap! Ron is here.
one.
This is my other dog.
Ron, we
Benji.
actually love you.
You're awesome, Ron.
Ron is here. Oh, whoa, Ron's here. Oh, right.
I want to
I'll still
hug Ron all
help
the
you after
time.
this if you need me to, Ron. Yeah, Ron called me about 10 minutes after TJ left today and was like, you're just call screening, right? You're not running the board also? I got bad news for you, Ron. But so yeah, if you still need help with whatever that was, Ron, I got you. In a
I
No.
little
love
bit.
Ron.
Truly,
Love
Ron knows where all the bodies are hidden, both figurative and possibly real. And
Possibly
mean,
real.
yeah, we need Ron for sure.
He knows
Wow.
where all the
Bo says-
asbestos is.
Bo says
Ron is no
Harold
Harold
Hammer.
Hammer.
Oh.
Wow. I
Wow.
mean,
Or
Harold
Ted
Hammer,
Brown.
also a great guy. He's
I think there's
nicer
going to be a
than
fight
Ron,
in the
too,
comments, and then potentially at the studio tomorrow if Ron and Bo cross paths.
so- and those soon to be hidden. See?
Oh, I can't wait till tomorrow. Wow.
Oh, this is so much
So
fun,
that's
guys.
Bo, right? That's soon to be hidden.
That's it.
Yeah. No, it's me.
Or us.
Just want to thank Dry Outer Waterproofing again for letting us all do this.
Yeah.
Really cool that we're able to do this. And guys, personally, it's really cool that I'm able to talk to all of you guys on a daily basis. You're just all fantastic people. And
Hey, we should
and
get
I-
a Zoom and do this all the time, and not just have the,
Yeah, let's just do this every Wednesday for no reason at all. No live stream. Just do this.
Can we do it on the disc golf course?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's sauce on these fools, TJ.
Yes.
Let's fling some discs.
Yes.
Wow.
That's
Hello,
all
David.
we're doing right now.
David from Asheville.
No, I'm not going to edit your live read, Brett.
That you just cut? Real time.
Edit to yourself.
Come on, Brett.
A real-time edit. It has to air by 7:51. You have to cut it now.
What are you, the sales team?
What are you? We can't do that.
Hey, and
Wrong
David says,
copy,
hey,
Brett. It's the wrong copy.
Rodney, you can get out of here. You're
Rodney.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know what it's about.
He doesn't know about banging chains.
He don't know. He don't know that you built a whole course in your backyard,
I
TJ.
got a whole course.
wait a minute, all that's on the way out. Pickleball is the thing now, so you might as well forget
Nah.
that disc golf stuff.
Hey,
Good.
John.
Then the
John,
course will be empty.
somebody asked earlier, what's it like to produce when Pat McCrory is on at 9 a.m.?
Oh
John
man,
Pope wants to know, what's it like to produce Pat McCrory on Wednesday a.m.?
it's
No
fantastic.
comment.
It's a never a dull moment because you've got a guy who was the mayor, he was the governor, and he is man. I'm telling you, he's one of a kind. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of
He
fun.
is.
do
The
you think,
amount of mispronunciations that Pat has on a daily basis,
Malaprops.
it gets me every time. Like Pat genuinely he's a good guy, and it's like what John said. It's like it's never a dull moment with Pat in the studio. So it's very interesting. Bo and Beth make it more fun too.
Yeah.
Bo says, "Who is Pat McCrory?" That's a good
Great
question.
question. Great question.
I hear he has a minute on our station. That's the best
should
minute of
Roy
the
did
day.
it.
Something to break about now?
It's like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
John says, "Brett, if it's less than 3 minutes, you don't need to edit."
Yeah, Brett, Winter Bowl, you don't understand. Like, the precedent has been set. A 60-second live read actually means like 240, somewhere in that region. So you got plenty of room.
I wish I was in studio when Hancock went that long on live.
Oh, trust me. You know why those red clocks are at either end of the studio?
Yeah.
When I was running Hancock's board, the program director put those in and told me, said, look, when Hancock starts a live read, you hit that button. And that way, when I would look up, I could see that Hancock was going the full 240.
Yeah, exactly. You just see it.
That's
go
what
past
happened.
the minute. That's all you see.
Alan says we need a minute from Dave from Asheville since we had a minute with Pat McCrory.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
Dude, I would love a minute with Dave from Asheville. Can we do that, David?
Who would sponsor
We probably
it?
could. He's hard to corral, though. He's tending to his herb garden most of the time.
Who would sponsor Dave's segment, though?
Oh, man. That's a good question.
Fritos.
Fritos? Yeah. I like that.
Delicious Frito-Lay snacks.
Hey, Ed Billick could get a tie in there somehow.
There you go. Yes.
Ed Billick.
Oh, man. Cassidy says she misses John Hancock's Got a Minute.
Yeah.
I'm not a
shower thoughts. I miss the shower thoughts. I like the shower.
Yes.
That's another good one.
Hey, y'all, I got to run 1 second and tell Keith a message. I'll be right back.
Real life radio happening
Real life
right
radio.
now.
What if the bathroom's occupied? What's he going to do?
I was pretty excited that Tommy was going to have to be running the board while this was happening. So people could kind of get a look of like, even now during a recorded show, like he's still running all over the place.
You get that sense of urgency, man. It doesn't matter if it's recorded or not, right?
Yeah.
No, there's days oftentimes when I'm standing up around the board and I'm literally moving 100% of the day. Like I don't get a break to where you sit down. Like you're running to the phones, you're editing. Yeah, look at Tommy. Like
Ed Billick down there.
I'll be honest. Tommy made me kind of lazy.
Oh, Ed, I think you know where those Lance crackers are, my friend. And I'll just leave it at that, right?
Cassidy wants to know how she becomes a super fan.
She's already there.
Yeah.
I would consider Cassidy a super fan.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. Okay. So this is a good one. Greg wants to know, what's the most famous person you've handled on the phone?
Handled on the phone.
Brett McMillan. The sports.
Mine's probably Mike Pence. Mike Pence, probably the most well-known person, I would say. No, you know who it is? It's Brett Winnable. It's Brett Winnable.
I can see that.
Yeah, it is. No, Bo says McCrory. Oh my God. So John says, I've been listening since the days of Ty Boyd and H.A. Thompson. You guys continue to set the gold standard for quality radio. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you, John.
Wow, thank you, John.
And that has a lot to do with who all we have in the building.
I think because we love it as much as they do, you know?
Yeah. We're all happy to be. I don't know what happened to TJ. TJ, are you okay?
He went to go get another pint, I think.
TJ.
Would you call that a swirly? That little thing up there? Is that a swirly?
Yes.
Oh. He said he got kicked out.
Oh, man.
All right, hold on. I'm going to remove him, and then he can add himself back in. We got a few more minutes here.
Jesse is right. I do have Joe Theismann's number in my phone from my previous show. He called me buddy a couple times. No big deal.
Wow.
So yeah, most of my biggest numbers in my phone or interactions would definitely be from my sports days. I had Gary Player. Who else? Ralph Sampson. So some pretty big names. We got the coach Matt Doherty on Brett Winterble's show, every Wednesday for a couple hours. And he knows Michael Jordan. So I basically know Michael Jordan.
That's true.
So yeah, but the coach is another amazing part of the family here, I guess. He's only with us, once a week or so, but I look forward to Wednesdays every day because what he and Brett just go off the rails, and it's always the funniest segments of the week. So I always look forward to the coach.
Welcome back, TJ.
Did you take a call from Ron?
Yeah, I just had to call Ron and I apologize.
Technical issues.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Did you say I love you, Ron?
No, I would never say that. He
So
knows it. I don't have to say it.
It goes without saying.
We are competing with Pete Callender's live stream tonight.
Ooh,
So
Good.
yeah, if you want to say something about Pete,
Sucks
now's
for
the
him.
time.
I've been
Pete
trying to start a beef with
Callender.
him for a long time, so now is the time.
let's rip him.
Let's
I hate how nice he is to me when I fill in for Bernie. It just makes me so mad.
Waving out occasionally, and
He's always
that's
waving at me.
accurate.
I think what's great is that I was telling Pete this today is that like I love each host individually in different ways.
But all together, you hate him.
Yes. Well, I think y'all can attest to this. Like each host brings something different to the table.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially in terms of like knowledge and wisdom and background. Like I think that's probably one of the best parts about this job, especially at BT, is like including you and Tommy and sorry, I'm looking at you, TJ. That's why I said you. John, Tommy, and
Hugh.
TJ.
Yeah.
Hugh.
As you listen. Yeah. And we have laughter. There's so much laughter and fun. And I mean, sometimes my face has the little muscles from smiling and laughing.
Yeah, you
Go
just
out and
like
they're a little
sore
from
afterwards.
Laughing. We laugh.
Absolutely.
Oh, what's your favorite bumper music? Says Greg. Favorite bumper?
Oh man.
Oh, I got to go with
That's
Swing
tough.
Out Sister Breakout. Yeah, Swing Out Sister. That's a big one.
Anytime I get to play the Clash on the radio is fun, and I love when we have Beth on in the afternoons, and we get to play Groove Is in the Heart. Just because, dig.
That's Boosie
That
Collins.
is a groove. I'm just telling you.
It is.
It's
It
so
seems like
good.
Beth loves it too.
Yeah, it's so good.
Tommy, what's your favorite bumper to play?
Man, I love playing Feel Good Inc. by the Gorillas. I usually pick it up towards the end of Winter Bull show or somewhere in Jensen's show, and you just get the ha ha ha. I did it today. So that's probably why it's on my
Great
mind. But that's one
song.
of my favorites.
That's a great song. Mine's probably Feel a Good One coming on when Pete plays it on Fridays. It's like my big weekend.
Yeah.
Because it means you're done. It means you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
done.
done for the week.
No, I would say Hancock's big weekend, like for the same reason. It's like, all right, here we go. And
Yep.
Boomer used to always
Yeah.
tell me that. He's like, man, I miss that on Fridays. He's like, I miss it being 5 o'clock and we hit that petty tune and it's just off to the races. And man, it's hard to hate on a Tom Petty song at all.
Yeah.
There is
John
a
Hyatt.
bit of a
John
How
Hyatt.
much of our off the air stuff would be airable, and I don't think
None of
not much.
not much. Yeah.
you
And
don't want
that's
to go
the
there, man.
That's the best.
Brett
That's where comedy
Winterball's Would You Rathers in the
Yeah.
breaks, not
Yeah.
getting on.
Ooh,
Not getting on the air.
wow.
No, sometimes,
Oh, okay.
but it's like a disgusting food.
You wouldn't want it to be on the
You
air,
didn't really
even if
want
it
to
could
be on
be.
there.
So
Hey,
We
Will-
broadcast too close to meal times for that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Will, it was great working with Hancock. I mean, I learned so much from him, like just all through. I mean, I was with him for like 10 years, so it's like he's like the dirty hippie uncle that I didn't have. So man,
That's awesome. All right, so I think we got maybe time for one more question. But Jennifer did say boomer stories. Do you guys have any boomer stories?
just is the most authentic person I've ever met in my life. Like he is the most authentic cheerleader you will ever meet, and he will just pump you up regardless. He's exactly how he is on the air.
Yeah.
Like more.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
You could be having the worst day of your life, but you run into Boomer Von Cannon. I don't care if it's on the street or at the studio. He is going to make your day better in some way. Boomer, and my wife just texted me. She's in the other room and says, "I love Boomer." She loves Boomer. Everybody loves Boomer. I mean, it's crazy. I've literally, like you said, TJ, he's the most genuine person ever.
Even at 4:40 in the morning, when he comes by to say hi, and I'm prepping and getting things ready for the morning show, it's Boomer. Hey man, how you doing? How's things going? All right. I mean, you can't be in a bad mood talking to Boomer.
No, that's exactly right.
No, Boomer's just a great guy. All right. Well,
like you said, TJ, he's the exact same off air as he is on air. Like
100%.
That's hard to find. That's hard to find.
Well, we have a lot of people I would say generally most people on air at our station are exactly how they are off air.
And we're super lucky for that.
Especially Brett Jensen.
Literally.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, Brett Jensen.
Literally.
I'm just kidding. We love Brett Jensen. I'm just kidding. I hope Brett Jensen's not watching.
I got a Brett Jensen watch.
All right. Well, I think unless you guys want to answer a couple more questions, you guys good to go?
No, we're in the 8th inning. I need the Braves game to watch.
Yeah, I got to get some sleep, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's
John's got to be up in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's been great talking to you guys. And
who is Brett
absolutely.
Jensen?
What's that?
Oh, Bo says, who is Brett Jensen?
Oh, who is Brett Jensen? Where in the world?
I hear he breaks things a lot. He's very clumsy. He breaks everything.
Hey, Matt, I see you.
Matt Tollison. John Moore.
Hey, Matt, what's up? What
John
up?
Moore. All right. Well, it's been great talking to everybody. I know, I don't want to speak for everybody, but we really love doing this. This is awesome just to get to interact with all you guys. Thanks for all the questions. And thank you to Dry Outer Waterproofing again for letting us do this. This is really cool.
Hey,
you guys
Bernie,
have any
thank you for
thoughts?
engineering this thing, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you for heading it up on your end, Bernie.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Oh, I got a parting note for everybody.
Cards for kids.
Yes!
1877 cards for kids.
Favorite jingle. Everyone's favorite radio jingle.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's how you end the show. All right, guys.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Glad to talk to y'all.
Have a great
See you
night.
tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.